Ugh.
Down, 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 up, up, right, left. Oops, I clicked that. That's okay though. It's synced. It goes to my TV. We started. Hello, everybody. Oh, we have a viewer. I bet it's Johnny. No, wait, it's me. I'm my viewer.
Hello.
It's kind of sad that we get one viewer, and I get super excited. Welcome everybody to the 7th Spicy Salsa podcast.
Wham.
Don't ask us why we're watching Wham. We're watching Wham. We were going to talk about, well, there wasn't a lot of information actually. So we were going to talk about 3 things. There was the Metal Gear Solid Survive came out and stupid stuff around that. $10 save slots, need I say more. Monster Hunter is now Capcom's best-selling game ever. And I was going to possibly talk about Trump's meeting with video game developers, which, quick thoughts. He didn't actually plan on doing anything with video games. It was more of just a cover-up, just to make it seem like he's doing something for the Parkland shooting thing. So, yeah, anyway. But instead of all of that, we're going to talk about Nintendo Direct, and it's pretty much going to take up the whole episode because they announced a fuck ton of stuff, and some of this stuff I haven't actually seen yet.
What have you not seen?
Any of it.
Any of it? You didn't watch it? You just know what was announced?
Yeah, I know. I saw the Smash Bros. Trailer yesterday. That's it.
Wow.
Yeah, so some of this we're going to watch on the stream, but some of it we can't because Nintendo's always big poopy buttholes about people putting, like, their trailers. And I think my first podcast got, the very first episode of the Spicy Salsa podcast got, copyright because Nintendo decided that.
I like how your topic for Metal Gear says Metal Gear Dead ?
Yeah, I think some people were saying they're not going to make any more Metal Gear games, but I was like, well, to be honest,
They're probably going to try to milk
I
it for
could
all they
still
can.
see them making Metal Gear games. I know Konami wants to get out of the market, and nobody wants that to happen. Nobody wants them to make more Metal Gear games because of the Kojima thing.
Oh, yeah.
But I feel like they're going to do it anyway because money. So, but Metal Gear Survive did not do well at all. So, who knows?
I understand that.
Like
It looks like a
financially,
shitty fucking game.
or review wise. So, oops, hang on. Yeah. Oh, yeah. You're probably looking at our standby screen right now too. So they probably can't see anything.
Well,
That is our beautiful standby screen.
Rock made the Mario picture.
Yeah.
So,
anyways, I'm gonna turn all the standby stuff off. So now you can just see our computer for now. And if we ever stop, then you'll be able to see those beautiful pictures again. But for now, let's get started though. Can I have my notes? Give my notes.
I want to be the note man though.
I mean, if you really want to be the note man. Okay, Wario. Some of these games we're just gonna skim over. We're not gonna to go too in depth probably about something like Treasure Tracker for 3DS. I don't even know what that is.
It's Captain Toad's Treasure Tracker.
That's
it was
right.
the one that they released on the Wii U.
Oh wait, that's on the 3DS?
Yeah.
It's not on the Switch?
I could have sworn they said
that's
it was
the
for
one thing
Switch.
I don't understand. I'm just gonna say this right now, the one thing about this Nintendo Direct that I really hated is that all these games are coming to 3DS, and I know that people still want 3DS support, but it's like this has to be like the last year for 3DS. It's not that. I guess what I'm annoyed with, it's not that there's 3DS support, it's that some of these games are coming to 3DS and not Switch. What is the point of putting Treasure Tracker on the 3DS if you could just put it on the Switch because it's fucking portable anyways? Or Luigi's Mansion remake, I would have rather have had that on.
It's coming to Switch and 3DS.
Okay. The Luigi's Mansion remake I would have rather have had on the Switch.
Whoops, sorry.
But what's okay, I actually haven't seen the WarioWare.
I mean,
but it has Over 200 mini games. See,
I've never really been a huge fan of WarioWare.
I'm gonna cover it up because we can't show Nintendo trailers on YouTube. So when we actually upload this to YouTube, yeah. Anyways, but let's take a look at this real quick.
They're gonna
Rhett and Link, stop.
lower the volume. But yeah, I was never really a huge fan of WarioWare games. I always liked Wario World, especially the one on the GameCube.
I actually played the Game Boy Advance one a few years ago. I thought it was pretty fun.
I haven't played any of the Game Boy Advance ones. I've only really played the GameCube one, and that was really fun.
But that wasn't really a WarioWare game. That was just
Wario World.
Yeah, that was a different. They have to have a WarioWare game on Switch too, eventually.
I was told that this is the first WarioWare game that they've had in like 5 years.
Yeah, I think the last one was on the
Wii.
I don't think they had one on the Wii U, yeah.
Look at that face.
Yeah, I don't
this one I wasn't too excited for.
Honestly, I kind of hope they just release it on the Switch. Then maybe I'll buy it. I mean, this one looks fine. WarioWare games are fun, but I don't know if I just don't care about my 3DS anymore, okay? I said it there. Like, I'm just like, I have a Switch.
Hey,
it's
if
portable.
You don't care about it, I'll gladly take it off your hands.
No, I want to keep it, but it's just like that game might have been in development for a while, so that one I can kind of, but
it was in development those whole 5 years that they
but
weren't
it's like
making another one.
But it's like the Switch is gonna have so many more minigame possibilities. The 3DS for a WarioWare game. I mean, WarioWare on the 3DS is not gonna be any better than or any much different from like this WarioWare Touched on the that's right, the standby screen's on. Sorry, we just watched the trailer, so but like WarioWare Touch, like the 3DS in terms of gimmick, it just is all the same as the regular DS. It's just 3D and it's more powerful, but like a lot of those mini games are going to be very similar, like blow in the microphone, do the quick jump with the stylus or something, like pull his fucking hair out of his
wipe
face.
His bum.
Yeah, wipe his asshole.
Give him change his diaper.
Play with his peen.
This is turning into a very interesting WarioWare game.
So it's like they should have just put in my opinion, they should. I mean, it might be fun, but it's not something I'm gonna go buy right away. Like they should have put WarioWare on the Switch. I'm sure they will, because the Switch has with like all the different things you can do with the controller. Like first of all, the motion controls actually do work really well for a WarioWare game, and then like they have that weight thing where it detects weight or something, right, in the Switch controller. I don't fucking remember. Like the ice cubes, they're like, oh, it's the ice cube glass. Wario.
Are you talking about when they first announced the Switch with the glasses?
Yes, the ice cube glass thing. See, hang on. Nintendo Switch
ice cubes. That'd
glass
be so weird.
Cube.
What if it was a picture of Ice Cube?
I didn't get the ice cube water thing on Reddit.
Yeah, it was right there. Right there. See the glass of ice cubes.
This guy. Wait, what's it? Who's this guy? He works for Nintendo. I know he's a big deal.
He's not a big deal.
He's just like, do you think that these can detect?
I am a very safe man. I wear the wrist straps.
They detect ice cube.
It's like you shake it and ice cube all across the country. He's like, what the fuck?
Ice cube. But anyways, yeah, WarioWare like is just gonna. I mean, it's fine. It's probably gonna be a good game. I just don't care, and really, honestly, until they kind of put one on the Switch. But
what, the Ice Cube?
I just don't. What?
Are they making an Ice Cube game for the 3DS?
No, I'm just fucking saying. When they did the original Nintendo Switch announcement,
I know
they were like, if you have a glass and put an ice cube into it, you'll feel the glass vibrate a bit. They're saying that the Joy-Con can accurately portray the feeling
especially
via
the water
rumble.
claim.
It's pretty amazing if true. Wait, what?
I'm assuming that means that they're trying to say that they can make it feel
So,
like you're
okay, this
holding a
person puts
glass
it
of
better.
water.
It's very focused and advanced vibration. See, that's what I'm saying. A Wario game could benefit from something as small as that, but on the Switch, but on the 3DS it can't. So, like, yeah, I honestly,
Are you sure
I was.
about that?
I'm sure it'll be a
I'm
fine
sure they
game.
Could,
It'll
I'm
be
sure they could do something
with what?
with the 3D.
What the fuck would they do with it? It's just a screen. Like, the 3D doesn't change the gameplay. It just changes, like, what they're like, you have to turn 3D on for this part. Actually, that'd be kind of neat if they could do something like that. But I don't know if they really can. Maybe they can, but who cares?
Make it a puzzle where you can't see it unless you turn on 3D, and the shifting screens make a outline an area.
But then it's like, why not just show the image instead of making you have to turn the 3D on? Like, what
because then that would be.
Besides, WarioWare is like
that
really
be utilizing.
WarioWare is like really quick paced, like mini games. Like you're. No, that's just stupid. Like the game, it's gonna be a good game. It probably could be fine. All WarioWare games are always like good, fine. I just think that the Switch is probably the potential to have the most variety in a WarioWare game ever. Okay, so I don't know why we're getting a 3DS one now when the Switch is already out and we have one on the DS, which is the same capabilities as WarioWare.
And then WarioWare on the Switch will be called Platinum.
What? No, that's why make the same. Maybe, yeah, because it's called Gold.
Yes.
That's possible. They're like, this is the Diamond Edition, but then it's
the
like
Platinum Edition. It's got 5 new games.
But then once again, that means that it's gonna have a lot of the same mini games, and in that case, that actually would be kind of weird because, well, I guess the Switch has a touchscreen, so if you were required to play with the pad, then that's one thing, I suppose. WarioWare is such a good idea for the Switch. It's not that, that's what I'm saying. It's not a bad idea for the 3DS, but we kind of already got one on that, essentially, because we got WarioWare Touched here from the original. Look, I'm just zooming in there.
Since we're on the topic of Wario, why don't we switch over to Waluigi?
Shit, I did not mean to.
Why doesn't Waluigi have a game?
Fuck, who cares? Who cares about Waluigi?
Waluigi's like give him a cooking game or something.
Yeah. Hang on.
Waluigi's Cook and Shook. You gotta shake your 3DS as hard as you can to bake the food.
Cook and Shook.
Oh, God.
Oh, Jesus. All right, let's get out of here. Get out. Anyway.
Cooking Mama's
That's what I have to say about WarioWare. This has gone on long enough. Actually, that was like 13 minutes. It's too long to talk about a stupid WarioWare game. So, let's see. There's Okami HD for Switch. Don't really care about that.
Yeah, it's already out on other consoles.
I'll come back to that in a minute. Let's see. I just wanna Crash Trilogy for the Switch. I already predicted earlier in an earlier podcast that it was coming to Xbox. Actually, I didn't really. I kind of predicted. I don't know. That's been like rumored for a long time with like leaks and such. Where there was like a version of Crash Bandicoot that had what is it like also, where's my pencil?
I don't know what you did with your shit.
Oh my god! I'll just use one of these markers.
The thing with a lot of these
there was a version of Crash Bandicoot that had like the Xbox input controls on screen that got leaked or whatever. So Crash Bandicoot didn't, whatever.
The thing that's kind of interesting about a lot of these announcements though is a lot of these were already released, and a lot of them are like remakes or like ports. So it's like most of the people that
there's a lot of support for the 3DS coming. I'm not saying that. I guess what I'm saying is I'm not super impressed with what it is.
I know, and what I'm saying is like all of these games, except like the Dark Souls one, is gonna like.
That's a remake.
Well, yeah,
but it's never been on a Nintendo console.
Like all these other people are gonna already have like these games on other consoles. So like, what's incentivizing them to buy it on the Nintendo Switch other than portability?
Portability does go a long way, to be honest. I mean, that
performance, though.
Well, nobody cares if you can take it on the go. You can't do that with the Xbox One or the PS4. So there is like a.
You sure about that?
Yes, I'm fucking sure.
Carry a generator on your back, and you can take anything anywhere.
I don't think let's go over the ones I don't really care to talk about, but I wanted to mention. Yeah, the Crash trilogy, like I just said.
I already have it, so I don't
predicted
know
a long time ago. I don't have it. I really don't care. I mean, I'm sure they'll get the Spyro one too. Bowser's Inside Story, that's kind of interesting actually because
well, they just did
Superstar Saga.
I'm kind of surprised that they didn't do Partners in Time then next instead of Bowser's Inside Story. Because Partners in Time was the sequel to Superstar Saga.
Was it?
Yeah, so why are they skipping over it? Maybe it's just because Bowser's Inside Story was a more popular game?
I remember
Well, yeah. I'm not saying it's because people don't like it. I'm saying
Mario and Luigi series. Let's see. So yeah, it goes Partners in Time. No, I played Superstar Saga when I was a kid.
Okay.
I might have played Partners in Time. If I did, I didn't play a lot of it.
So yeah, like I don't know why they're remaking Inside Story before Partners in Time. Unless Partners in Time was part of Superstar Saga.
To be honest, I don't even know why they're doing Bowser's Inside Story. It's on the DS. It's backwards compatible. The reason they did Superstar Saga, I figured, was because it was Game Boy Advance, and that's pretty outdated now. So one way they could do it is Virtual Console, or going a full-fledged remake is always fine too.
Didn't they already have it on the Virtual Console? If not on the 3DS Virtual Console, it was at least on the Wii.
Probably, but I'm just saying that that makes sense that they would do that for a game like that that's that old and
yes,
15 years old. I mean, Bowser's Inside Story is barely 10 or gonna be 10 next year. It's not even. So it just turned 9 a month ago. So I mean, but whatever, that's fine. I didn't South Park for Switch. Actually, that one I will say that one actually is fairly significant just because of the fact of it's rated M.
Yeah. Nintendo's a fairly family-friendly company.
Well, I think it just shows that they are willing to put more
that's
M-rated games.
That is like the extreme though.
Well, it's about it. It's as rated M as you can get.
Yeah, that's
without being something higher. So that actually is even though the game it's not significant. It's significant in that sense, I think, because well, yeah, like I said, but anyways, I don't know. I wrote down every game they announced, so I don't know what Little Nightmares is. What the fuck
I haven't played it either, but it's like I've seen images of it, but I've never played it myself. So honestly, I might pick it up on the Switch because I haven't played it yet, and it's coming out. It's portable, so.
Is it
It's like a
indie game?
I'm not entirely sure if it's indie. I think it might be.
Oh God.
Yeah, it's a pretty freaky looking game.
Oh, that's it?
Mm-hmm.
It looks like a weird.
It is kind of like it's like a horror, I don't know if I'd say narrative, because it's a horror puzzle platformer.
All right, let's go through all the extra stuff I have little to say about, and then we'll get to the things I do have segments over on YouTube. So we talk about Crash, Treasure Trackers coming 3DS, great. Bowser's Inside Story, South Park, Little Nightmares, whatever the fuck that is. I'm just gonna throw this one in there too. Hyrule Warriors Definitive Edition. I'm so sick of. I don't even care. I was like, whatever. Really? So they released.
There is gonna be 3 different versions of that game now, or maybe it's 4. No, because there's the regular one and then the 3DS one. Is there a definitive one on the 3DS, or like the Golden Edition or something? Because there's gonna be 3 or 4 different versions of the game out there, and that's pretty.
So there was the Wii U one, and then that had a bunch of DLC, an updated port for the Nintendo 3DS, Hyrule Warriors Legends, and then an enhanced port, Hyrule Warriors Definitive Edition.
So there's gonna be 3 different versions, and I don't understand how they went about calling it updated and version of it on the 3DS when the 3DS can't. I know it's updated in terms of it has all the DLC on it, but it's not as powerful as the Wii U version. So, did they also release that
I
Legends Edition
honestly,
on the Wii U?
I think they just do the multi-console thing so they can get more sales because some people don't have a lot of people didn't have the Wii U, so
Yeah.
I kind of get this. It's like whatever. I personally I don't really care.
Oh, I don't really care much either.
I mean, because like let's see, I'm trying to figure out what the differences are. What's
I'm pretty
Nintendo
sure.
Switch port. It will include all the content and DLC from the Wii U and the 3DS releases, as well as new costumes for Link and Zelda based on the Breath
the
of the Wild.
only new thing they're adding is Breath of the Wild costumes.
But it's the same thing. But it's pretty much the same as the 3DS version.
It's up
plus better performance.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep. That's super great.
That's all I have to say about that. I mean, whatever. More power to them for that one. It's not something I personally care about.
I mean, hey, if people buy it, then...
About Hyrule Warriors Legends, or not Hyrule, sorry, Fire Emblem, whatever that was.
I bought the definitive edition.
And then I can't remember. I might have said it. Okami HD. Great. It's another one that...
yeah.
And Okami was on the Wii.
Yes. And the Wii U, I think.
So that's it. I think that's another good one. But anyways, let me clock the time here. It's about 22:25, and let's talk about Luigi's Mansion.
Ooh. That was one that I was really excited to see. Because I have that on the GameCube. And I
don't anymore. Well, I haven't had it. I never played... Okay, so here's the thing with Luigi's Mansion. Like, it was always one of the chillest games to me. Surprisingly. I don't know what it was. It was just... I don't know. Luigi's Mansion's just an interesting... It's just different. It's so different, and they haven't really made anything like it since. Nobody has, except... Luigi's Mansion 2, but I never even actually.
Luigi's Mansion
that's what
2
I was actually going to look it up.
Is a lot more level based than Luigi's Mansion is.
Right, and I never played Luigi's Mansion 2. I'm okay with it being level based. I want to play it because it does look good, but here was my issue with turning it level based. Like, one of the neatest things about the first Luigi's Mansion was like, it's this one mansion. And you kind of explore everything, and like there's different, keys to unlock different rooms, and you do that slowly. It's not like it's pretty big for the at the time. There was a lot of like different rooms, and every room is for the most part different in some sort of way. Like you go to like different dining rooms and bathrooms, and there's like a ballroom, a toy room,
they even have a treasure room.
Right, like just anything you can think of. And it was so creative. And I feel like having it in that one mansion, I don't know. I get what they were doing with the second one. They're like, well, the big thing about Luigi's Mansion is exploration, like.
Oh yeah.
Because like that's what I'm trying to get at here. The exploration in the first one was just done so well. And goddamn it. And in the second one, the idea was, well, now you'll have more than one mansion to explore. But honestly, it's kind of interesting to have the one mansion and like learn about the characters and the history of that mansion, because like every ghost, when you capture it, gives you like a description, and they're all
like one giant family.
Yeah, they're all like
mansion.
related and all this stuff. So I don't know how they do it in Luigi's Mansion, but 2 in Dark Moon. But that was always my big like concern, is like, honestly, if you kind of split that up, that sounds somewhat disappointing. But
it's been a while since I played it, but I don't think they actually have any like people ghosts in Luigi's Mansion 2. Is this only
capturing? Hang on. Well, I don't know. I think the live stream was only capturing a part of my computer screen. If that is the case, I apologize. Honestly, I'm not sure. But anyways, go on. It's not a big deal. Okay.
Anyways, and I don't think that Luigi's Mansion 2 has people ghosts. It has like special ghosts that kind of like take over certain
wait a minute.
Buildings.
We got a message from Pig Macau, and he said, "What the hell? I'm out."
we have 2 viewers again. Okay.
You keep talking. I'm gonna talk to Pig unless he's not here.
But
hi, Piggy.
You keep making me lose my train of thought. These like weird ghosts.
I'm gonna zoom in on the chat.
These weird ghosts take over like certain buildings or like certain like pieces of armor, and it's basically just like poltergeist. They like transform. Like there's one boss where it's like a treehouse that gets taken over by a ghost, and it turns into like a giant like monster, and you got to defeat it that way. The amount of boss ghosts in this game are a lot fewer than in the original.
Sorry, I'm just messing with things.
The original Luigi's Mansion. So it certainly feels
that's what I'm saying.
It feels a lot less unique in that sense.
That's what I'm like concerned with when I do eventually play it. Is like,
there's a lot of the same ghost types, except like later on in the game there are new ghosts, but they're like just powered up versions of the old ghosts.
But it's just like, because that's one of the other things is like every room had a theme, and then every ghost fit that theme. Like, I can think of like the gym. I can just type in Luigi's Mansion gym, and everybody like remember. There's the boss ghost. This is somebody's Let's Play, I think. Right, and you have the boss ghost, and then there's like the gym, like, and that was just so neat. And then when you suck him up, like you get to read about him, and like his life, and like or just a small little summary, about like why, he's there or why he likes working out or whatever, even if it's just but and that's what I was worried about with the second one, is that it felt more like a level-based style game than actually getting to explore the ghost in the mansion. And like this is a game you could come up with like theories, and Nintendo didn't really do a lot like that.
The thing about Luigi's Mansion 2 Dark Moon is there are more mansions, and all those mansions are a lot more streamlined than the first game, because in the first game you got to take the game really slow and kind of explore every single room to like the best that you wanted, like kind of find money everywhere. They added a whole bunch of little nooks and crannies for you to explore in the first game, but in the second game the mansions are compact, and you can explore every single room, but they just feel a lot more streamlined, and you're supposed to get through those mansions a lot quicker than the first game. So it just, with the first game you kind of get to grow, and along with the mansion kind of like find out what are you actually looking up you get to learn about the ghosts in the first game, and in the second game you only learn about the different ghost types, and it just doesn't feel as special as the first game.
I was just trying to see if I could find like one of the descriptions.
He died at 26 years old? Jeez. That's terrible.
A lot of these, I'm curious, like in the first, now we're getting a little off topic, but in the first Luigi's Mansion game, like why a lot of these people died, or what is this mansion and stuff. See, there's a fucking mystery behind it, but anyway, Luigi's Mansion 2 is probably a fine game, but I was never that interested or invested in it, I suppose. But anyways, we're almost at the 30-minute mark, so let's move on.
Damn, what happened to you see how you're on the bar, your like voice is gone for like an entire 15 minutes?
What? Oh, well, sometimes it's like there, but you can't.
It's like really weak.
Yeah, well, and okay. It'll be loud enough for them usually. If not, usually they can turn it up, or I can adjust it. I don't edit the podcast really though. Anyways, let's move on though to this one's gonna be short, but let's talk about it anyway. Because I feel like it has bigger implications. The Dark Souls. Well, first of all, we already knew the remaster's coming, but they announced the Night Solaire amiibo.
Oh my god, that's honestly, I like that they're making amiibos for it, but the pose that they have him in is
Just praise the fucking sun, isn't it?
I know it's and it's the extremely iconic one, but it seems kind of goofy to me. I would have preferred if they just like made him like in a stance with his sword and shield out.
It's actually a really cool amiibo.
Yeah.
Just because Dark Souls is not something I expected them. I think it wasn't until now that I realized like how powerful like the amiibo thing actually can kind of be. Because before they've had like they've had some guest amiibos, Bayonetta, Shovel Knight, but Shovel Knight was an indie game. You know, Bayonetta they added to Smash Bros. That's basically Nintendo's kind of game now. You know, Sega dropped the ball on that one in my opinion. I'm trying to think of what other amiibo have they had outside of the realm of like Nintendo characters. I don't see
Final Fantasy. Cloud.
They did. Once again, Final Fantasy wasn't Smash Bros. This is the first like character that's just not in Smash Bros. And is like an outsider. Besides Shovel Knight, it's not an indie game. They don't need the money or anything. It's just I'm like, wow. So they could actually like imagine if Nintendo. Because think about this. This still is multi-platform. This Dark Souls remaster is multi-platform. If Nintendo were to ever get their hands on like a multi-platform game like even something like Mass Effect, they could make Mass Effect amiibos.
Yeah.
And people would really love that. So like and I can't imagine that you know, the companies would have a hard time saying no because Nintendo probably makes the figures themselves. And so like now I feel like this kind of opens up opportunities for other games. First of all, we're probably going to see more Dark Souls amiibos than just him.
God, I hope so. Because that looks really good. If they produce more of the same quality, those would be really really nice to have.
I'm trying to think if they do.
I really want one of Sigurd. That'd be so awesome.
Sigurd,
the Onion Knight,
the Katarina Knight.
Yeah, the Onion Knight.
But God, it's not likely. It'd be really cool if they could somehow do an amiibo for like a boss character, but they could do some. They could do like Ornstein.
Ornstein.
I mean, they're big, but you don't have to make the amiibo big. You know what I mean?
They do have the they are having that 5.7-inch Pikachu amiibo.
Well, they've done it.
With
they had the giant Yoshi amiibo too for the Yoshi Yarn game. Whatever.
So that'd be cool though, because they can make bigger amiibos for like the huge bosses. Then, just imagine amiibo for the Gaping Dragon.
I'm not expecting that though. I guess is what I'm saying, but that'd be cool. But I don't think that's gonna happen. But
did they ever explain the functionality of them in Dark Souls?
Solaire?
Yes. Oh no, yes they did, because they just all it allows you to do is do the fucking praise the sun emote whenever you tap it on.
Did they? Well, that's what Austin said, but from what I was looking at news stories yesterday, also I saw this, that he was only at GameStop and that he was already sold out. So I don't know if that's true. If it is, that's probably a limited time deal too. These amiibos usually, they're usually exclusive only for a limited time, and then everybody gets them. So I wouldn't worry too much about that.
If you're trying to find its functionality, just look up the functionality, like type in a functionality with it as well.
Yes, that's what Austin said, and I was like, I could see that doing that, but even so, people aren't really buying it for the functionality. They're kind of buying it because of the collector's value.
Oh, I know. I was just curious if they, because I hadn't remembered what they said that it would be able to do, and I was curious to see how it would affect the game.
See, I don't actually see anything. Maybe there is. I haven't looked.
They said it in the direct. I'm kind of surprised that we're not seeing any like.
Well, wait a minute. Really? Because I when I was looking it up the other day, right at, 2 days after the direct happened, so 2 days ago, I was looking it up, and all the news sources I saw said that we don't actually know what it does. That's what they said.
That's strange. Is there a video somewhere that we can watch?
We might be able to. I don't know if Nintendo cares if we watch the
direct
part. Yeah.
Well, the game's not owned by Nintendo, so...
No, it's not, but it was part of their direct when it was announced.
Oh, go back up.
What?
Can be used by players to activate the praise assigned in-game gesture from the beginning, as opposed to unlocking it.
But you get it so quickly, don't you? Don't you get it after like the first 2 bosses?
You get it by
talking to Knight Solaire, don't you?
Yeah, but you get it from no, you don't get it from talking to him. You get it from going to the statue. After, because you remember the Drake is across the bridge, and you got to cross the bridge.
Well, anyway. Oh my God, it probably won't happen. You know what? I'll get there when we go to Smash Bros. Because we're gonna talk about Smash Bros in a little bit. Piggy never responded to us. He just said, "What the hell? I'm out."
That's cool.
Nobody likes our podcast. God.
Well, I know Piggy doesn't. His name's not even Piggy. It's Pig. Mice. Ow.
We should probably start introducing ourselves at the beginning of these podcasts. People don't even fucking.
My name is.
Well, now it's too fucking late. Okay, I'm Brock.
My name is what?
We did it in the
My name is who?
It's Josh Shady.
My name's Josh.
You call yourself Dan and Gork. That way people give you a nifty little
They're gonna
nickname.
fucking, if we start getting like a fucking following fan base, they're gonna start sending me death threats, man.
Okay, we're gonna move on to Mario Tennis Aces. I actually did kind of want to talk about that a little bit.
I saw the video about it whenever they announced it or went deeper in depth about it. It looks kind of interesting.
So people can call you Dan and Gork, and people can call me Brock O'Clock.
They're gonna. Okay.
There, I said it. I introduced ourselves in the middle of the podcast because I forgot to at the beginning. People don't know who we are. Hi, people. Hi, people. Anyways, Mario Tennis Aces, because that's probably what people are here to. They're watching this video. Honestly, I probably don't have too much to say about this, but I did kind of want to, first of all, say this actually looks fun. They had one on the Wii U that didn't do well.
Oh, Chain Chomp. Biggest.
Chain Chomp. With a fucking, yeah, you can, it looks like you can play as the Chain Chomp.
That's ridiculous.
I don't know, I guess it just looks nice, but it will be kind of nice to have another sports. I'm not gonna lie, I'm tired of Mario Kart being the only, like, quote-unquote sports game on the fucking Nintendo consoles that are good. This one actually seems like they're trying pretty hard. I hope that's the case. I don't know. It just looks good to me, but we'll see.
I hope it's not like the previous Mario Tennis game that they released for the Wii U.
Comes out June 22nd.
The one thing about Mario Tennis Aces that I think can kind of damper it for me, the experience, would be the whole, like, whenever you do like the special shot or whatever that consumes your trick meter.
A lot of Detective Pikachu there.
Your like energy meter. I don't really like how you can kind of aim where it goes, so you can kind of fuck over your opponents all the time.
Well, yeah, but it's like a party. I mean, it's not. Oh god, it's not meant to be like a super competitive style tennis game. It's more of like a party. That's what the Mario Tennis games have always been.
I know. It just seems like that's a really easy way for you to win that round.
Yeah. Well, yeah. But anyways, what characters do we have confirmed for this? I know obviously we have fucking Chain Chomp. This is the 8th Mario Tennis game?
Mm-hmm.
They're that far? So they've got Mario, Luigi, Peach, Toad, Bowser, Daisy, Rosalina, Yoshi. Dude, Rosalina's so popular ever since Galaxy. Wario, Waluigi, Donkey Kong, Bowser Jr., Toadette, actually. I don't know if I've seen her in a while. Boo, Chain Chomp, and Koopa Troopa. Obtainable through online tournament. That's interesting.
Yes, because that's what they said. Because you can unlock like different skins and characters through tournaments and online play.
And there's non-playable characters like the little birds. Oh, damn it! I hit rabbits. You little rabbit.
You know what kind of game I would prefer to have over another Mario Tennis game?
Mario Little Birds?
Would be another Mario Strikers game.
Yeah, that actually would be kind of cool. They haven't done... I think...
Mario Baseball was good, too.
Okay, here's the thing, because, like, we had a friend at work. I'm not going to share his name, but you probably know who I'm talking about. And he's always like, why don't they do a Mario football game? And I always thought that'd be cool. But then I thought about it. I was like, well, wait a minute. Wait just a goddamn minute. If you've noticed the Mario games that they do release that are side games, that are sports games, and there's not a game like football, and they did soccer twice. That kind of football, if you prefer to call that football, whatever. But American football is what he was referring to. And I think the biggest reason is because those aren't popular in Japan. In America, those will sell. You're not going to sell Mario American football games in Japan. Like, if you look at now, the one that does kind of confuse me is Mario Baseball, because baseball is very popular in Japan. When's the last time we had a Mario Baseball game? Was it GameCube?
Yeah, I think so. There might have been like a mini game.
Mario Super Sluggers 2008. And there's only been 2 Mario Baseball games.
Really?
That one, now, don't get me wrong, I would love an American. Yeah, okay, I remember that.
Me too.
I would love an American football Mario style game. I think that would be really neat. It would be a neat party game. You know what actually series, in all honesty, could benefit more from a American football style game is Sega and Sonic All-Stars. Because Sega, while they are still extremely popular in Japan, Sonic is not as popular. I went to Japan. I couldn't find one fucking Sonic merchandise the whole 2 weeks I was there. I found everything that I wanted to see in Japan, like Dragon Ball, Power Rangers, I saw Beavis and Butthead in Harajuku. They had Beavis and Butthead skateboards and t-shirts. I didn't see shit for Sonic anywhere, and I asked my host brother, you know, like, where's all the Sonic stuff? He's like, Sonic's not popular anymore. And I was like, well, in America, it's still a culture, you know what I mean? Like, Sonic probably hangs on more here. So, but here's the thing. For the people in Japan who are like, well, I don't care about Sonic stuff anymore, why are you relaxing? Listen to my rant. Anyway, so like in Japan, even if they don't like the Sonic stuff, Sega is still popular, and their legacy follows them. Now, Sega is mostly popular because of things like their arcade, and they've bought companies like the parent company of Atlas, so they have like a Persona thing now, and like Hatsune Miku, I think they team up with them a lot, or they own the company that makes Hatsune Miku, whatever. So Sega's popular for different reasons, but regardless, they're still popular. I think that in America, you'll appease one side of the market, in Japan it'll be the other, but regardless, people would actually buy an American Sonic football game. Like, I think that might actually work. I guess you could argue in Japan they're not buying the football game because of the characters, though. They're buying it kind of because of the sport and the party game aspect.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it is about the gameplay. But regardless, I feel like that might work a little better, just because that would be pretty... I feel like that'd be pretty successful in America. It'd be kind of a different, as long as it's good. I don't know. I'm just spitballing here. But anyways, like...
that'd be a cool game, too. Mario Spitball.
Mario Spitball. Can anybody tell me what to... Take it easy, you bitch! Anyway, so, like... I feel... Yeah, like, I understand that would be cool. Try different sports with Mario. I mean, they've done the Olympics thing so many times now, too. But, like... I was like, soccer? Well, that's one that's fairly popular in Japan. My host brother did soccer. A lot of kids did soccer in high school and stuff in Japan. So,
yeah,
like,
have you not seen the movie Shaolin Soccer before?
No, but my point is that that's something I'm like, okay, yeah, they tested the waters with that one. They made 2 games. Baseball, I'm surprised they don't make more. Tennis is a given, because tennis, I dropped my marker. Tennis is super popular in Japan. So, tennis and baseball. So I'm surprised there's... Moral of the story. Surprised there's not more baseball ones. The soccer one, I can kind of understand why they didn't keep on moving with it. American football, not going to happen because Japanese people won't buy it. And then for tennis, yeah, they keep doing tennis. So as much as I would like to see other ones, I understand why the Mario games are only this. But I guess my point being is that Sega has... Sega has, like, a big... I feel like they have more room to experiment. I don't know. Maybe that, I don't know if that makes sense, but
kind of, tail riding on what you were saying. Like, I'm also kind of surprised that they don't have like a Mario game that's based on Japanese game shows.
What? alrighty then. It could be like that Japanese game show I saw in Japan.
Like
fat people on a bus.
That'd be so awesome to see like the game version of Mario, where like Mario has to sit on 50 eggs in a row in like 60 seconds. Wow.
I feel like I just made a fool of myself by ranting all that, and now that I think about some of that doesn't actually make sense, even from Sega's perspective of doing I just want somebody to try to make an American, just test the waters, do one American, whether it be Mario or Sonic and Sega All-Stars, or like whatever the fuck, like try an American football party game that's not like necessarily NFL related. Like that's just like something like Mario Tennis Aces. I mean, I would just like them to attempt to do that. Because now that I think about it, some of my points don't make sense. But regardless, it would be nice for somebody to try it anyway. But
all that matters is you are passionate about it.
Yeah, whatever. Anyway, fuck passion. Nobody needs passion to get through life. You only need money.
Money.
All right, moving on to 47 mark. Now we are going to get into. Oh shit. You know what? Real quick, I'm not gonna put this on the YouTube. Oh, I mean, I'll put the whole podcast on like I always do, but I'm not gonna put these two. We missed 2 extras. First of all, there's Octopath Traveler, which actually looks like a pretty decent.
I was looking at that as they were having the the reveal trailer, not reveal trailer, but like the update trailer. It looked fucking cool. I really like the style of the game, the way they presented it, and I like the actual like.
Well, let's talk about it
special
then. Fuck it.
edition that they had for it.
Yeah, the special edition's pretty cool with the book.
Yeah, I like how it like pops
Here's the special edition. A little coin.
Because
everything else is kind of standard, a little map, a CD. But I would assume this is the book, right?
Yes, yeah. It opens up to that.
That is pretty neat, actually.
Awesome.
It's
like a diorama.
I just hang on. I do remember when they first announced it, like at E3 last year or whatever. It did look really neat, but I wasn't so sure about it yet.
Yeah.
I do love the art style. Actually, the art. What?
Access denied.
Access denied. The art style does remind me a lot of like. It looks like Dragon's Crown, just like
more
in
8-bit.
More bit form. Yeah. I think this is a Square game, isn't it?
Yes.
I don't know. I might pick this one up. I remember seeing it last year, and I thought that actually looks kind of interesting. And it was like, can't you like play different characters at different or something? There was some kind of gimmick to it.
You can combine job classes, but that you can do that with a bunch of other games.
There was something else. I thought it was like you can change character whenever you want, like and they all have their own story or something. I can't remember.
I don't know.
I can't.
Don't know much
like
about
I said,
the
I
game.
can't watch the trailers. That's what really sucks about this. Is like, I could have watched the trailer before we started.
You know, after they announced the date that it was going to be released on, because people were asking about its release date, I went to go and try to see if I could find it. I don't know if it's going to be like a GameStop exclusive for the special edition, but I couldn't find the special edition anywhere. I don't know if it like I looked on Amazon and I couldn't find it on the on Amazon.
When's Dragon Ball FighterZ coming out?
That's a good question.
Okay. Well, it's right here. It says currently unavailable, so 1 of 2. Also, we're not going to talk about this, but this could do Code of Princess coming to Switch.
Is that the first game?
It's the 3DS game, yeah. It's Code of Princess. It's just like a newer version of it.
Well, then that's good because I've never played the 3DS version, and
it's
not a sequel.
It was a decent game. I still have the soundtrack from the special edition from when I bought it in high school, but I do not have, and that's cool. I do not have the special edition box, which I would like to get back. But since this is coming to the Switch. For only $40. Anyways, that's not what we're talking about.
You put us.
Also, they announced this. There's a lot of RPGs.
You're the one who's putting us away.
I know. I'm sorry, Project Traveler. It's just there's so many. Sega announced their Shining Resonance game is coming too, and I'm like, oh my god, I haven't seen a Shining game in so fucking long. And that's the day one. You get a nice little Steelbook slipcase. I already pre-ordered this, and I pre-ordered Code of Princess. Anyways, Octopath Traveler. Stop.
I'm judging you.
Here, I'm coming to your mic. You're gonna be like that, huh? You're gonna fucking sigh when I try to. I'm just talking to two dick mics at once. No, stop. Okay, fine. Take your fucking mic back.
I'm not done with my doodles.
You're drawing dicks on my notebook. I don't want that. We're way off topic, and everybody who watches this video to talk about Octopus Traveler is gonna be like, "What the fuck? This isn't what I came for."
Well, it's fine because we're probably like 50 minutes into it, so.
All right, we're done. Okay, we're done with Octo Traveler.
That's all that we have.
Takoyaki Traveler. Takoyaki Toyota.
You're getting way
or
off
whatever the car brand is that.
Yeah, Toyota.
Is that the one that's like go anywhere?
That's Ram.
Dodge. Takoyaki Dodge. Someone's throwing takoyaki at you. Alright, we'll clock that at 52. What?
5 whole minutes of fucking.
Oh, fine. We'll clock it at 53. You're gonna be like that?
Yes.
You like that?
Yes.
Next 40 seconds, you better talk about something interesting. Actually, no.
Okay,
No more.
no,
Stop.
Octopath
Shut the fuck
Traveler,
up.
There are 8 different types of characters. You combine job classes with them. No more heroes.
Yeah, there's another No More Heroes game. This isn't gonna be something like I said as a segment, but
I haven't played any.
I forgot to mention in the extras. I used to play one on the Wii. It was decent. I just wanted to bring that up real quick for the podcast's sake.
Oh, that's cool. Is that all that you had to say about it? I thought it looked kind of interesting.
Oh, it's Darren. He said he can't hear us on the live stream. I think Dylan doesn't know that we're recording it for YouTube tubs. Actually,
that's funny.
Here. Can you hear me now, Darren?
I don't think.
But I really don't.
We just keep jumping between 1 and 2 viewers. I wonder if Dylan's like constantly trying to join in.
I guess usually like we don't really need the sound for the live stream part, but I guess that kind of defeats. We're using the OBS just to record the video, so we can use it later.
We can splice it in with.
But yes, I guess it is kind of nice to have people talk. Put the fucking marker back. Give me that.
You dropped it on the floor. Again.
There, I did it. I hope you're happy.
Can't draw dick doodles anymore.
Can you hear it now, Dylan? Damn it. Actually, wait. Yeah. No, he should be able to.
Well.
Yeah, hey, okay, let's move on. We're almost done with our podcast anyway, Dylan. Thank you for joining us. We don't have anybody join us ever.
Yeah, we're very lonely.
I really know how the English good. I guess I gave Dylan my Twitch name. I didn't even remember doing that, to be honest.
How nice of you. You're such a good friend.
Oh wait, no, I wanted to talk about this one because you know more about it. I figured you'd like to. Undertale.
What about it?
Are you excited?
Yeah.
You said you wanted it to come to Switch. What do you mean, what about it?
You
were like, it'd be such a good Switch game.
I was so excited for it. I just can't believe it took them so long to get it on the Switch.
For so long, you were like, it'll be good on the Switch. It's probably not gonna happen. Just because, like, it's just not. Oh, wait, hang on.
It just won't happen because it just doesn't.
Oh wait, we have to show our YouTube audience is gonna be so like, why the fuck they keep doing that? We have to show Dylan our standby screen.
Oh god, you're gonna love this, Dylan. Oh god,
that's our standby screen. It's just a bunch of shits. Anyways, Undertale. Back to Undertale. Is there any what's different about this Undertale on the Switch? Is it the same thing literally?
I think I haven't really seen much because they just kind of introduced it when they showed it off at the.
They were just like, it's coming eventually.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty funny. But I think if anything, it's kind of like gonna be like the PS4 version, where the PS4 version has a couple of different things about it. But I was kind of hoping, like, he's using the publicity and the money that he's gaining from like porting them to consoles as a sort of way to build up a sort of fund to fund another game that he's creating.
Really?
Like I'm kind of hoping that's what he's doing. Or
did they not have a deal with PlayStation then? It was just a limited, or maybe they just didn't have money to make it.
I mean, maybe it might have just been like a limited, like for that special collector's edition of the game.
Oh.
But other than that, I don't know.
I've never played Undertale, so I really don't have anything to say about it. But I wanted to include it in the podcast part. Once again, that's probably not something we'll do on the YouTube portion. But
I gotta say that when my brother found out when they first announced it that it was only going to PS4 when they first announced it, he was so pissed.
Yeah.
Because he was like, why the fuck is he doing this to us? It would have been so much better on the Switch.
Well.
And then they announced it for the Switch, and he was like,
it took a while, but the way those work is that it's really the company that gives them the best offer. So if your brother wants to blame anybody, blame Nintendo. because if Nintendo was like, we'll pay you I mean, this isn't financially accurate. What the fuck? You can play on the go. Well, I know, Dylan.
That's kind of a given.
I know that part.
Duh.
No, but this probably isn't financially accurate, but it is probably like, okay, so if let's say Nintendo's like, we'll pay you $50,000 to put on our console because he can only really, I don't know, afford to put on one console.
Mm-hmm.
And then like Sony's like, well, we'll pay you $100,000. And then maybe he's like, well, Sony offered me $100,000. Nintendo might at some point they're probably like, well, we don't think your game's worth that. Blame Nintendo. I mean, that's just how that if
since they're putting it on the Switch, it also kind of you can also kind of it also opens the doorway for them to making amiibos about it as well.
I bet they will.
Yeah.
Now that you bring that up, there's gonna be an Undertale amiibo.
There's gotta be. If not of the main character, then all the supporting characters, because all the supporting characters, every character that you like interact with in that game has is just really unique, and everybody kind of grows to love their own character from that game.
Although I guess I am wondering, like, I guess it could be partly the creator's fault too, because I guess if it was exclusive to Sony for a while, and if Sony had to pay exclusivity rights to them, then he might have been like, well, I could make it multi-console, but Sony's offering me like a fuck ton of money to make it exclusive to PlayStation, even if it's a short period of time. So he could have accepted an offer like that. Who knows? I don't know the Undertale contractual.
It might have also just been easier to make it for the PS4 at the time anyways.
It's possible. But I don't... When did it come out? Like, when did the PS4 version come out?
I know that the first releases of the special edition were like in August of last year.
Oh, that's it?
And I got mine in December. Because I ordered mine after they shipped out the first releases of the special edition.
Okay, hang on.
It came out for PlayStation August 2017. So
they could have had it on the Switch by now. I don't know. I don't know what the reasoning for that is.
I don't
it's
know
still
if
not
he
on
has
Xbox.
a team helping him
That's
convert it, because
is,
he is one dude.
It is true that he might just not be able to get all those ports at one time.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. That might be likely too. Who knows? I'm just trying to create explanations, but I don't really think it's his fault.
No.
Per se. Whatever the reasoning may be. But yeah, it's coming to Switch regardless. So, anyways, let's talk about our last part. The best part. Favorite part. Everybody's favorite part. Oh my god, it's Smash Bros. We talk about Smash Bros. Excited?
Dude, fuck yeah.
I
loved playing it on the 3DS and the Wii U. So obviously, putting it on a more powerful console and giving it portability is both great.
Okay, what do you think of this Smash Bros. So far?
The only thing that seems to be different to me so far is characters. Like they've added a couple extra characters, but I haven't seen them release any other information that says that anything else about it is different or like new stages.
Okay, and originally I didn't look into their article. But then I started to think about it, and IGN said this is probably a new Smash Bros. Game.
Because I also did see that when they showed certain silhouettes that they had Breath of the Wild Link instead of like a mix between Skyward Sword and Twilight Princess.
Let me see if I could find it. Yes, and I think a lot of people right now are thinking, well, this is a port, right? Or an updated version of the Wii U one.
Mm-hmm.
I'm starting to think that's not the case. I actually think this is an entirely new Smash Bros. Game.
Yeah, it could be.
Which sounds crazy because this was I know they were like, this is the last one, but hang on a minute. And IGN brought this to my attention. I didn't read their article, but they had a headline of an article that said, what did it say? It said, the new Smash Bros. It was something simple like that. It was like, the new Smash Bros. Is probably a new game. And I thought to myself, well, wait a minute. That's a little weird. Like, don't get me wrong. Whenever game companies are like, oh, this is the last in the series. If this series makes a fuck ton of money, you know it's not the last in the series. Dark Souls 3 is not the end. Maybe we're not going to see Dark Souls 4 for a while. Maybe they're going to do something entirely different, but they are going to make games just like that for a long time.
Well, yeah.
Because it makes money. They can't ignore that. Halo 3, the last in the series. Somebody's going to take it eventually.
They already did.
Gears of War 3, the last in the series. They're going to give it to somebody else.
They already did.
Which, that one technically has a lot of the same people working on it.
It's
anyways,
different company name. Though.
Like, that's how these always work. So for Smash Bros, I was like, no, don't fucking lie to us. There's going to be another one. It just might not be Masahiro Sakurai.
He's working on it.
Exactly. This isn't... And that's when I started to look into things. Not only is Masahiro Sakurai working on this one, because he didn't have anything to do with the Wii U version at all. Or the 3DS version. The most recent ones. People don't know that. People don't actually know that. He might have... Well, let's see.
How do you know it then? Because you're part of the people.
Oh my god, you're white. This is incredible.
I am also white too.
Look, there's the first thing I see is he's back. So he was not... I know he wasn't involved with the Wii U one because that one was developed by Namco Bandai. Remember? He's not Namco Bandai. He's fucking HAL Laboratory. Now, I wanted to see, did he like maybe produce it? Like he could always watch over it.
Director and voice actor for King DDD.
Did he direct it?
Because this is his game, so.
Satoru was his hand.
Boop.
But I think, okay, so this is the first one he's not developing, though. That's what the deal was.
Oh, this one? The one that's currently in development? Or,
no,
or the
Wii U one.
So he didn't develop, he directed it.
Basically, all he did was, as director, was oversee things. Make sure things made sense for what he felt like Smash Bros. Should feel like. So, basically, if somebody was like, hey, I put Sonic in the game, can you play him a little bit? So Sakurai plays with Sonic, and he's like, he feels a little too tight. Sonic's really fast, so you want him to feel looser, so the developer would go, okay. So they go and they change Sonic so that he feels a little looser. That's basically what Sakurai's job was. He was director, which, don't get me wrong, director's a big job, but he didn't develop this like he did the other one. this was all Namco Bandai. So he was involved, but now he's actually, from what I understand, developing this new one. Let's take a look when it says, where's that article that said he's back? So,
will be a director's cut. That's interesting that they would call it that.
Where's that at?
There is the hot debate issue right now if it'll be a director's cut of the version seen on the 3DS and the Wii U, or if it'll be a new one.
I'm sorry, I'm just looking for where it says his involvement.
Well, the announcement that Sakurai is even involved with the new Smash title is surprising. As he stated in the past, theories that it is exhausting to work on. That's why we're not entirely convinced his involvement points directly to a brand new game with some new content. Obviously, Sakurai's past.
They do bring up that good point. That he would just have to tweak things, but hang on a minute though. This is what is kind of weird to me about this, and this is why it could still be a new Smash Bros. Game. Well, first of all, what they had said? Didn't they say like something was different? Wasn't there like a thing that they were like, oh, this is gonna be like? They didn't say the game itself would be different, but
I didn't see that.
He's such a handsome man. Look at him. He's like, meow.
He's got the Beatles haircut.
He does. But where is it? Because originally I was thinking like, okay, well it's got to be Hang on.
Waiting.
I know. Yeah, I guess we don't actually know what his role is.
Interesting.
So he's the voice.
Yeah, he's been the voice for King Dedede since the beginning, I think.
It's so fucking weird. Anyways, but like, there's a couple things. It's like, one, if it's just a director's cut, yes, it would be easier on Masahiro Sakurai for it to just be a director's cut, right? And he wouldn't have to do as much, and he has said in the past that it's kind of straining on him. But it's also like, okay, why wouldn't they just let Namco Bandai do that though? You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like, they already made it. It shouldn't be hard for them to port it to Switch. So there's got to be something vastly different, because not only that, but and we can't. I have to block the screen because Nintendo won't let us show trailer, so give me a minute. But let me just go to the trailer for Smash Bros. For the Switch. I should probably mute the audio. I'm just gonna skip to the end of the trailer.
What for? What are we looking for?
I watched the trailer, but I didn't. Hang on.
I don't know.
Is there not another one? Is there not a... Maybe I got some misinformation or something, but I had heard.
What did you hear? I don't know.
I had heard.
I don't know what.
That Smash Bros. For Switch was being developed by HAL Laboratories.
Oh, I don't know.
And they did all the other ones before the Wii U one.
Look up the developer.
This is gonna be such a long segment, but that's okay because it's Smash Bros.
We still have the standby screen up now. They're gonna be seeing freaky ass Mario.
I'm sorry, Jesus.
I still don't understand the Drake and Josh bit.
Because, okay, god damn it, pause for a minute. It says, "This is my worst birthday ever." That's Josh. And then Drake says, "Why? Because Oblivion gates are opening all over Cyrodiil." And Josh says, "No, because it's a little human." Yes, because Oblivion gates are opening all. It's Drake and you never watched Drake and Jorb.
I did watch Drake and Josh.
Then you don't fucking know. So shut up.
What?
Anyways, I had heard somewhere. I guess this could be wrong. That
Do you want to resume?
That HAL Laboratories was working on it. Let's go to IGN and let me see. Yeah, let me see if I can find that article. That said,
that is a big font.
yeah, I actually don't go on the IGN website on the computer, so this is weird. Let me see if I can find that article that said this one. No, I can't. No, wait, we can probably watch the clip. See what they say. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know if it's just going to show the trailer. Okay. They wrote it down. So, is coming and all those. One significant factor that we need to address: the reveal trailer shows the game simply titled as Super Smash Bros. And not Super Smash Bros. For Nintendo Switch, which leads us to believe that this iteration of Smash Bros. Will receive a subtitle similar to Smash Bros. Melee or Brawl. If Nintendo were preparing a port of the Wii U version, it would have more than likely inherited the title of Super Smash Bros. For Nintendo Switch. Not to mention, the logo itself bears a few distinct differences from the previous Smash logos. It's blank, presumably implying that the title is still under consideration and not final. Different developers. This may be where I got it from. If you're keen on attention to detail, right there, that's what I was looking for.
Well, then how come you didn't fucking see it?
I don't know. I didn't. Fuck. Because I thought it would show their logo. That's why. You may have noticed that
original game.
Shut up! You may have noticed that HAL Laboratories is... Yeah, it does say original game, too. Is leading development for Super Smash Bros. On Switch. Right as the teaser wraps up, it's clear HAL is labeled and not Namco or Bandai Namco. And Sora Ltd may have different development, but it looks like Nintendo is once again reunited with HAL Laboratories to bring the famous brawler over to Switch. Revamped website. There is a new website for Smash Bros. And it is a little different. That's the one from the Wii U, and then that one. Sakurai had a tweet. He said, "Right now we're just at the stage where we revealed the game, but I've been working on the game in silence day after day. Please wait until we can release more information or until release day." And then the creator of the has gone on record saying that the game is still at the stage of just announcing the title. So I don't know. I could see this still being a port, but at the same time, I'm like, they actually put up a lot of really good evidence there. Like, and plus, I'm like, why would HAL Laboratories need to? Like I said, why would they have to get or Nintendo get HAL Laboratories involved if they were just gonna port it? Because Namco Bandai could have done that themselves. You know?
Maybe they said no.
Why? It's money. That's insane amount of money. Like, no, there's no fucking way. I do feel like this might actually be a new Smash Bros. Game, and if that's the case, I'm all for it, especially with HAL Laboratories behind it. Although I wasn't a big fan of Brawl compared to the others.
I feel like
see what Dylan
experimenting
thinks.
more with
I have my doubts that it's coming out this year, but they can prove me wrong. Also, this series is 20 years old differently. I don't know on that font. At E3, we will get more. Yeah, I agree. I think, I like how Dylan's chiming in now. Dylan, you're on our podcast. Welcome.
I mean, what does the series being 20 years old have to do? Is it like an anniversary game or something? Is that what you're trying to get at?
Yes, I think some people were saying that too. But,
Well, that would kind of suck then if it was like an anniversary game that only like was like an anniversary remake of the first one.
Wait, I have Overwatch League emotes. Where are they at?
What is that?
I don't know.
What does that even have to do with anything?
But yeah,
Rest in pepperonis.
I think he brings up, or IGN brings up a lot of good points. Like, if it ends up being a port, I'm not going to be disappointed, but I'm just going to be like, well, it's a little underwhelming. If this ends up being just a port and not a new game, that is a little more underwhelming, I'd say. But I don't know.
It'll
really...
still sell.
Oh, absolutely. But that was one of the few games that everybody did play on the Wii U, Smash Bros. If anybody bought a Wii U,
Well, yeah, that was like
game.
the console seller.
So like, a lot of people have already played it anyway. But I mean, that's not the point. Why is it not letting me do? Okay, hang on.
Rest in pepperonis.
No, I'm looking for Bob Ross.
Look up Kappa Ross. It's right there. It's right there. Right there. Go up. On the right there. Right underneath Rest in pepperonis.
It's not Bob Ross.
It's Kappa Ross.
What? I don't care about Kappa Ross, Bob.
Cool story, Bob.
It's not letting me. There we go. Yeah. Maybe I think what we'll do next podcast, is we're gonna talk about the characters and what we want to see if this is a new Smash Bros. Game. So hopefully in the next 2 weeks they don't announce like, oh, it's the same one, because then that'll ruin one of our podcast segments.
It's like that cat's out of a bag.
I think that's gonna do it for today's podcast. So thank you for joining us, Dylan. You're famous now.
Yeah, you were very...
Actually, Dylan's had a YouTube channel a lot longer than we have.
You were very insightful. You gave us a lot of very helpful information.
It's the Persona picture.
Personu.
Yeah, Persunu. The story of Chuck.
Chuck Boris.
But yeah, so I think we're gonna end this podcast. Thank you everybody for joining us.
It was a fun time.
Yeah, we had a good time today, but we gotta go. We checked off the list. We covered the entire Nintendo Direct.
Yay!
Say bye-bye.
See you later. Have a fun time. Don't forget to come back and give us some lime.